Hey everybody, it's Aluna Michaels, Esoteric Astrologer, coming at you to talk about the events of June 2026. And thanks always to the guys at Know Thyself Podcast. Thank you so much for all you do for me and promote me and stuff. I'm putting awesome material out there for people to learn more about spirituality and metaphysics. So let's talk about June here. And, you know, I've talked before about Uranus has gone into Gemini now, which is an air sign, and Neptune has gone into, then Pluto has gone into Aquarius, which is also an air sign. So that means that Uranus and Pluto are trining each other. And then the planet Neptune has gone into Aries, which is a fire sign. So that means that the Neptune is sextiling 60 degrees on either side. We got Uranus on one side, Pluto on the other. And the planets move really slow because they're outer planets, but periods of time are going to be making configurations to one another, which is really wonderful, positive configurations or healing energy or whatever. And Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are about higher consciousness and about transformations of higher consciousness. And everyone, of course, it's available to everybody, but people that work with meditation or yoga or the concepts of the possibilities of change and human evolution and consciousness evolution and soul evolution and how things are getting better and humanity's moving forward. These kind of themes are the outer planets, and how you're personally contributing to that kind of critical mass of breakthroughs of human consciousness and things like that through your meditation, whatever. So when Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are doing this, especially when they're in fire and air signs, it really enhances the curiosity about transformation. Even though Aquarius is a fixed sign, which is a little bit like, I don't know about this sometimes, but Aquarius itself is a sign of higher consciousness and breakthroughs because it's ruled by the planet Uranus. So to have Neptune in Aries being like, I want to feel free to love, I want to have more compassion, I want to connect more to the thought forms of Pluto being in Aquarius, which is a really mind-centered sign, and Uranus in Gemini, also mind-centered, but so is the planet Uranus, is very mind-centered. But that pureness of Neptune being in Aries puts a lot of heart into all of that. So it's a really good combination of things that are going on off and on for a few years. And we're having a nice mathematical geometric configuration all through June and probably July too. I'll be doing my July video as well soon. Cool. Even July's even better. Okay. But just so we know that we're being set up for a number of months of having these higher energies able to tap into that. If you've been feeling hopeless or scared, or what's it matter that I'm on a spiritual path, or what difference does it make, blah, 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 you can kind of feel like you're tapping into something new, something you have fallen out of touch with, and you can start believing it's there, and you could have little breakthroughs of being tapped into synchronicities or feeling like you do matter. Your little effort with this group consciousness matters. You're an important part of this mass opening of higher consciousness. Believe it or not, I'm just keep being optimistic. That is what's happening here. And so there's a lot of possibility for collective breakthroughs, and your little effort is part of that, And so I think that kind of keeping up with meditation, or not just positive thinking, but, leaving space that positive things can be happening amidst chaos, and that your small efforts matter to break through in your own life or to help the world break through, whatever, that just to kind of keep hope alive and just don't give up your little bit, your little contribution. And I think because also Venus is going into Leo, and that's going to be the middle of the month of June. And, Leo is full of heart, obviously, and Venus is about love. And so, for a few weeks there, Venus is in there doing like sort of even giving another boost to Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So there's more accessibility. And personally, you can feel a lot of abundance, prosperity, feel open hearted in relationships. You can heal issues in relationships. So that is going on with Venus helping. Because Neptune is the highest octave of Venus. So having Venus go in and kind of work in that bigger configuration just is even more warm and hopeful and stuff. So that's good. The other cool thing going on is, and I know I got to talk about Mercury retrograde. Everybody's like, oh God, Mercury's turning retrograde. So let me start there. Mercury is going to turn retrograde in the sign of Cancer. And we go into, I forgot to look at the retrograde window. Goes back to 16 degrees. Okay, so we go into the window of the retrograde on the 13th of June, let's say. It doesn't go retrograde till the 29th. So it retrogrades at 26. Yes, 26 Cancer. But some people don't like the window like before it goes retrograde. But again, it's a time for deep reflection and opening your mind and feeling safe within your thoughts. I think because Cancer is about the divine mother or the divine parent or spiritual family and feeling you belong. And so there can be a nice sort of pause when Mercury's about to go retrograde to remembering, again, you're a part of a bigger picture. And even the esoteric astrology, Cancer represents mass consciousness and specifically the movements of evolution of humanity in mass awakenings. So again, feeling your little part in that. So it's another echoing back to what I was talking about earlier. And also, Mercury slows down when it's about to go retrograde, and Jupiter is in Cancer, about to go into Leo. But throughout June, because Jupiter moves slower, it keeps pace. Mercury is going to keep pace with that Jupiter. So Jupiter is also about abundance, hopefulness, positive feelings, connection. And when I said that Venus, like Neptune's the highest octave of Venus, it actually goes Venus, Jupiter, Neptune. So to have Mercury with Neptune, the way we think, the way we're communicating, connected with Jupiter, again, it's open-hearted. It kind of loosens you up to say, okay, I'm shaking the ick out of my brain and can feel the possibility of connection, optimism, being with friends is great, starting a new meditation, like something that's really fun for you or anything that's spiritual growth related, or even eating habits that are new and seem not so hard, but give you good results. So your body feels good, and then your body feels good, your brain feels good, your spirit feels good, right? So any kind of new things like that can be great to do. Mercury will be retrograde until, I wrote it down, till July 23rd. So the actual retrograde is June 29 through July 23rd. But I think it's good. I think it's good that it's connected with Jupiter as it turns retrograde and gives that capacity for open-hearted meditations, forgiving people, feeling like just things aren't so hard. Again, or hope, realize there's hope. It's just like even things you've been working on for a long time in yourself. You can feel like you're about to have a breakthrough. I guess you're on the cusp of a breakthrough. And but it's also a great time to be social, even if you feel, I don't feel like going to that party or something. Like try to get yourself going, get connected with people, and just people are in a good mood and you feel like, oh wow, I'm glad I went there. I was nervous to talk to somebody new, or if you're socially shy or something. Just kind of put yourself out of your comfort zone and you feel embraced by the experience more than you would expect. So that's nice. And let's see. Oh, another cool thing is that as Mercury is traveling with Jupiter, the planet Mars is in Taurus. So Cancer and Taurus sextile each other, make a 60-degree angle that's really positive and optimistic. And Mars is about, yeah, let's do this. Like, yeah, let's go to that party. Or, yeah, let's try that new meditation practice or a new workout or taking a walk or whatever it is. Like, there's just, instead of like, sometimes Mercury, because it's thinking, and Jupiter is concepts, it can be like, yeah, do that, you know. But Mars is like the action planet, like, we're doing it, you know. So it makes you a little more brave. Again, puts optimism under your butt. And so in general, it's a really positive month. So holding out the it seems like everything is so crazy and I'm so exhausted, or people are telling me, but I just have really had a lot of hope about these outer planets continuing to sustain us, you know, um, and these smaller planets, when they work within that bigger context, give a nice boost. So, okay, keeping this a little short today, but if you want to get a session with me, alunamichaels.com, or I always have my phone number down in the YouTube description if you're looking from there. 248-583-1663 is a great way to text me. And sometimes I don't see the YouTube comments, so that's hard if you're asking me for a session there. I have my little book on Amazon, The Spiritual Gifts of the 12 Astrological Signs. It's Kindle. And well, that's all for now. And bye-bye for now, and I'll see you in July.